Hold up.
Every day I wake up, wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren LoRosa is here as well. We got some special guests in the building.
Yes, indeed.
We got Coach K, who's been up here several times.
What's up, my
And we got the brother Mel Carter. Welcome.
Thank you. This is my first time.
Yeah, first time here. Now, Mel, if they don't know who you are, you want to break down who you are and what you've done in this industry?
Me, man, long time coming. I did music for 20 years, 10 of it for free, and then I got paid for the other 10.
You got paid for the other 10.
And I used to be the senior vice president at A&R Republic Records. Went over to Warner after that for 3 years, and I just left Warner. Probably it's the first time saying it. I'm leaving Warner.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Why?
Well, you starting your own thing I saw, right?
I started something different.
Second Estate, is it called?
Second Estate was a joint venture with Warner.
Okay.
So I was doing that and consulting for the A&R team. And starting something in the streamer space. I started managing this kid named Rod. He just did a subathon in American Dream Mall. He did 30 days, 30 nights, lived there. And I just
Closer
really
to the
liked
mic, Mel.
that
Closer to the mic,
space.
Mel.
And I just really like that space. So I'm doing that and just focus on these restaurants for real. A little bit of real estate like you. You know what I'm saying? But that's really it. Just focus on this new company and focus on hopefully turning these restaurants into 100 restaurants in the next 5 years.
Now, you said A&R. I'm sorry, but you said A&R.
Yeah.
Right?
What is that?
I feel like A&R doesn't exist anymore.
It don't.
And both of you brothers came from a place where y'all were strong A&Rs for your artists. Does A&R exist anymore? Do we need A&Rs? Because it seems like the music is getting trashed. There's no guidance.
I think we need A&R. That's the problem.
Yep.
You know, they got rid of artist development and everybody started treating the music like stockbrokers. You know what I'm saying? And chasing a number. And, you know, and that became now labels, I should say, chase songs instead of building and develop artists. You know what I'm saying? Once you build an artist, it turns into a brand. And, you know, that's how, you know, we at QC, like we studied the Motowns and, you know, the Russells and, you know, those labels. And I think it needs to come back. I think that's the problem. It's oversaturated and nobody's like building stars no more.
Now, you don't know who Coach K is. Coach K, first time I met him, he was with Jeezy, then one of the creators and owners of QC that brought artists like Lil Yachty, Gucci. He did Gucci back in the day, but he brought City Girls, Migos. I mean, just a host of them, but they actually built from the ground up. These artists didn't have hits at the time. Yeah. You guys worked and created the hits and created what y'all wanted to do, which we don't see anymore. Is that the reason why you feel like?
You know, one of the things that got me, and I love Republic Records, shout out to Monty and Avery, but it became this, like, you don't really need A&R no more. You know how many kids I flew to New York City because they had a song that was trending, and by day 3, the song was going down.
Damn.
And I had to just explain to them, we don't want to do the deal no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you need A&R, but it's such a research game now that it's kind of hard to be an A&R because it's like you could have an artist that's the best and you want to build them up. But a kid from, you know, Michigan got something that's streaming, they don't even care how the song is. They go after it. So, like, that's why I admire Coach and, like, QC and, like, the last of that's left for real, that's really in, what's the dude name? Top Dog?
Top Dog, yeah.
They really still building artists, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just, like, chasing what's moving. And it works. And it's kind of like, I guess it could be a better business model because you could develop an act and they don't work. But a lot of this shit that just start trending, it don't really go nowhere. So
I also feel like you got to have those boutique labels like the QC.
You need it.
Like the Top Dog because the reality is y'all niggas care. These people at the majors, they simply just don't care. I look at like some of the last few releases that came out from people. Jid, fantastic album. Offset, fantastic album. Tiana Taylor, fantastic album. But they don't even feel like events. They feel like somebody just put it out there and did the minimal amount of work possible, and now what?
But think about it, right? Every artist that's big, let's say the top 2, Drake, Kendrick, Lil Baby, every one of these acts came from a joint venture. So they had somebody in the middle, like a Coach, who cared. You know what I'm saying? Like TD, who cared, Cash Money. They had somebody who sat between the label. It was like, yo, we ain't gonna do that. We gonna do this. Like every success at Republic, except for Post Malone, is through a joint venture. Wayne, Nicki, even Taylor, it's all joint ventures with somebody who was standing in the middle who cared. You know what I'm saying? So you need somebody who cared.
Can we drop a bomb for Lil Baby, man? Lil Baby sells so many goddamn records and is so quiet about it. He's like Diamond twice, right?
Yeah.
Diamond
crazy.
twice, and
know
nobody talks about it. Is insane. You were telling me the numbers earlier.
Yeah,
Loren,
I was pulling it up. I saw I think it was, hold on. Let me get it right. So My Turn is on Billboard. He's number one on Billboard's the top R&B and hip hop albums of the 21st century.
Yeah, the number one album.
When you saw that, how did you feel about it?
I mean, I felt really good, but you know, when we was making that album, I knew it was special. You know what I'm saying? And what made it so special is when the album dropped. It dropped February 2020.
Right. In the midst of
2 weeks later, like the middle of February, because like 2 weeks later, the world crashed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was really a messed up time because he didn't really get to go tour that album because everybody was down for a year and a half, basically. You know what I'm saying? But it stood a test of time of where like it was like every song I was like, damn. And it just kept going to the point like right now, like Freestyle, you know, if it 7 years later, it's just jumped.
It's still the biggest record in the club. Somebody was like, "That's his dreams and nightmares."
That
like,
and My Dog.
That is.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
But yeah, it's you know, it's a really good feeling. It's a really good feeling. That body of work was a well put body of work. You know what I'm saying? And it had been developed over time, and you know, it's a good feeling.
Did you think that he was gonna come with, you know, basically the soundtrack for that year with a song like The Bigger Picture? When you think of all the artists that you thought was gonna come and represent with music, Lil Baby was not on my bingo card to come with the record.
You know what's crazy? You know what I'm saying? Like he went in. I remember him doing A Bigger Picture. You know, I remember he called us, was like, "Yo, I'm gonna do this record." You know what I'm saying? He played it. I was like, "Oh man, this is about to change the game." He's like, he said me and P down, said, "Hey man, listen, I don't want this to sit on my album. I want this to sit alone. I don't want to make the money from this album." You know what I'm saying? Because everybody kept telling, "You need to speak up, you need to speak up, you need to speak up," because he's big in the community. And they know he had a voice, you know, talk to the kids. He was like, "I want this song," and we had to go to the label. He was like, "I want this song. All the money that it generates, I want this song, that money, I want it to go to charities." You know what I'm saying? In Atlanta.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And criminal justice reform.
And criminal justice reform.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Every, you know, and they go to the label like, "Hey, this is what we want to do." And they was like, "Yeah." You know what I'm saying? But he was like, "I don't even," you know, like that's how, because everybody's like, "We need you to come march, we need you to come speak." He went and he cut the record. He's like, "This is how I want to get my point across." He was very vulnerable on the record. Like, I hadn't heard him that vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? He let it out, and then we gave it to the world, and boom.
So y'all ain't make no money off that record?
Nah, we donated it to
I did not know.
I didn't know that either.
At what point the number was at like 1.5 million? Like, where is it now?
I don't.
We got that many artists, that many things going on.
No, I'm just saying, because
That was 4 or 5
I don't
years
think
ago.
people understand the impact of that song and what that means to just give that all to, you know, great thing he did, but that's a huge amount of money.
Yeah, and it was so, even that year, it got nominated for Grammys, and he got to perform. Grammys was like, it was still closed. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had a big performance, but, you know, didn't really get to get the magic of what it really was.
That's crazy. So now you guys have jumped into the fast food spot.
Yes.
Crazy thing about the fast food spot is, you know, as a kid, fast food was cheap, right? You can go there and you can get a $2.99 meal, and you know, you can walk out with fries, food, and a drink. The other day I went there and it was like $15, and I'm like, this ain't cheap no more.
I mean, but a Coke was 25 cents back in the day.
I'm not that old. Wasn't 25 cents.
I'm around the 50 cent.
50 cent, yeah.
I remember that time.
25 cents. I was there for 25 cents.
I did it for 50 cents.
I was there for 50 cents.
It was 25, 35, and went to 50.
25 is a little
And then
crazy.
55.
I mean,
I'm talking about when I was a young
Coach is
kid.
like, I'm a little older than you. I'm a little older.
Couple
Let's
years.
talk about why you jumped into the Bojangles franchising, and how'd y'all even get together to do it?
So me and Mel met 12 years ago. Music. We met on you know, on some music stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we became super good friends. My brother. You know, he was coming up in the business, and it's wild because we was back in the green when we were just talking like, damn, it was 12 years ago. I literally was starting QC when me and him met. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I got this idea. You know, he had an artist from Brooklyn he was doing, and he was like, man, I need your help. I was like, we're going to help each other. You see what I'm saying? Because I was I was doing a come-up period. I'm leaving management. Well, still managing, but was doubling down on, you know, starting a label, man. Because, you know, managing artists sometimes, you know.
That's when you gave me that advice.
I was like, bro, like, you know,
don't
you got
manage artists.
Yeah, I was like, you got to own the IP, especially when you're a manager that A&Rs and develops. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you're managing these artists, you developing their IP, and you creating their whole business. But then, you know, you look back 5, 6, 7, 10 years, you're like, damn, I ain't even had no ownership. So,
they could fire you.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? They can fire you. So that's when we met right then. I remember I told him that because he was going all in on the artist. I said, hey, bro, make sure you know what I mean? You covered, you know what I'm saying? But we met, and, you know, we had a really good bond. You know, it's a good brother. And what, about 4 years ago?
5 years
5 years ago, Mel started making his moves, you know what I'm saying, in New York, like meeting a lot of people and doing things. He's like, yo, when I find something, you know what I'm saying, because you always kept it real with me. You know, like even when he went to go get a job, he was like, yo, I need you to call these folks and tell them this thing is real, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, once I find something, I'm going to pull you in. Call me. He was like, man, what you know about Bojangles? I was like, whoa, that's crazy. I went to school in Raleigh, North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I played basketball at St. Augustine. Bojangles kept me alive.
Shit, that Bowberry biscuit. Come on now. Come on now. That Bowberry biscuit ain't no joke.
Yeah, it kept me alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ate that shit. So and I never even heard of Bojangles coming from Indianapolis, Indiana, where I'm from. I got down there, that was like the thing. And it was 2 minutes from my campus. You know, so when he called me with the opportunity, I was like, hell yeah, I'm in. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what? We can do what? I was like, I'm in. He's like, all right, let me, you know, go center down and really research and find out everything, because I know you busy. You know what I'm saying? And when I get everything, all the information, and I'm going to put it in front of you. Here we are.
And, you know, it's funny how that opportunity came to me is having the right mentors, you know what I'm saying, and network. And a guy named Mike Novogratz and Dave Barry, I got a podcast with them based on business. It's called Business Untitled. And they were actually going to, I mean, whatever, it's out there now. They were going to buy Popeyes. And they ended up, that fell through, and they bought Bojangles because they felt like it was the next best brand. And that's how the opportunity came about. And I just started really looking into the brand. I always wanted to own something, and like as a kid, like, man, it'd be cool to own McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? And it came out. We ended up buying, raised $25 million, bought 17 Bojangles, and now grew it to 28, opening another 2 now, opening 4 this year.
Ooh, congratulations.
And,
28 currently operating?
Yeah. 17 in South Carolina. We opened in the first one in Florence. That's beer and wine, and one in UGA on the campus that do beer and wine. First Bojangles ever with beer and wine.
So beer and wine, so you can go there, you can get
go there and get
Beer
beer
and
and
get your
wine.
beer, you get your wine, you can order off the menu and all that other stuff.
But you know, like when I tell this story, like I'm more involved than Coach, you know what I'm saying? Because Coach is running the whole entire label. I'm more run this. It wasn't easy to get to these, you know what I'm saying? The first year we bought it at EBITDA, which is the profit, was at $2.5 million when we bought it. COVID hit, stores closed down. We was getting this crazy thing that was happening with the employees. I don't know if you remember the government, if you had unemployment, they was giving you $400 on your check if you left. So we was getting employees that worked for 2 weeks, quit, get our $500 from unemployment, and the government gave them $400 extra. So we had so much turnover. Now we got over 1,000 employees, which 80% of them is black. Dope. You know what I'm saying? And like, we was getting 200 people turning over. Then we had to shut down stores. So the EBITDA went from like 2.5 million to like $1.8 million, which that trips every alarm with the bank. So it's like, oh my God, we just like dropped the ball on this. Had to restructure, had a bad partner. Coach warned me about. We got rid of him. And our restructure, hired a guy named Rob, who's the CEO of the company, a CFO, Reed, Robin, and restructured the management team. And, you know, thank God today the business is, we doing $7.9 million in EBITDA this year, on track to do 9-point-something million next year.
Tripled every year since the fall.
So I think I saw y'all had an 82% revenue increase in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So, you know, but I say that to say, like, being an entrepreneur, man, I always tell people, like, it's 80% headaches. It's 80% stress, but that 20% be really worth it. You know what I'm saying?
What's the biggest obstacles you guys face? Because you hear all the time, tariffs is affecting this, or this is affecting the farm life. You know, people don't want this, or they want this. So what is the biggest obstacles you guys had to face in this part?
I mean, and this, the tariffs didn't really affect us that much, you know what I'm saying? But like the biggest obstacles I had to face, me and Coach had to face, was getting the management team right.
People working.
You know what I'm saying? Getting people working
that's
right.
Any business, you know what I'm saying? It's getting the management right.
And when you got, we probably got 1,100 employees. You know, we done had fights at the store. We done
online, he'd be like, please
you
don't
see
be my
all that
store.
type of
Please don't be
shit.
my
Like, and you really be like, please don't be my store, because you get sued. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you, one of the great moments I had when, you know, and it happens a lot, but this was the first great moment I had. You know, I had to go check out the store, so I went somewhere in South Carolina, and they got the store pretty nice, ready, and you know, we hire a lot of ex-cons. We give second chances, like just people like us. I'm a high school dropout, kicked out. So we hire people like ourselves that just, we want to give opportunities to. And I went there, and they had the store like super ready. They didn't know what I looked like. And this one dude, he came up to me. He had just came out like maybe a year ago, and he'd been working there, and he still works there. I can't remember his name. And he was like, man, you know, I thought Coach K was the guy from Duke. That's what he said. And he said, and they told me the other boss was coming from New York, man. We was scared. We was like, we thought it was like, you know, a white corporate guy, like, you like me. And I'm like, yeah, nigga, I'm just like you. Like you don't even understand how much I'm like you. And he gave me a hug, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, it's just good to see this. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, if I could do this, you could really do this. Because I don't even know how I did this. I just did it with God. You know what I'm saying? Did it with God, did it with Coach, had the right friends, the right mentors, and like networking is everything. And like, you know, you could be a good networker, but if you only networking in Flatbush, you only gonna meet people from Flatbush. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta get outside your comfort zone and really like network with people like yourself, people like, you know, I hired you for a party like 15 years ago. I was throwing events in the Lab. You remember that on Fulton?
In Brooklyn?
Yeah, in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So I've
What
been
you was charging her?
He charged me like $40,000 back then.
Nah, yeah, right.
that wasn't me. That was not me.
I can't remember, but you know, so I just been like networking my whole life, and I don't treat networking as like, I want to network with people that I feel I could be friends with. You know what I'm saying? I'm way past that stage where I gotta like be around somebody I don't like just to make something happen. So like, Coach, my brother, we gonna do Bojangles together. You know what I'm saying? So for kids, man, it ain't easy. It's really, really, really hard. Every day it feel like, and I'm sure y'all know that. I heard you got a couple
Yeah, me and my wife, we got two. We bought 6, but we got 2 that are currently operating in South Carolina.
That's pretty.
Yeah, one
dope.
in Orangeburg and one in Walterboro. Crystals.
Yeah. What? It's like
burgers,
right?
sliders. Yeah, like sliders.
Yeah, we should talk on that. You know what I'm saying? And try, because we got a lot of spaces like in both. We could do burgers. We can't do chicken.
Okay.
So it works perfectly.
That's a conversation.
You know
Absolutely.
So we could definitely have a conversation. But congrats on that, man.
Thank you, brother.
Congrats.
Yes, sir.
Is there a certain area, like location, like in the South or wherever, that you see that your businesses work better than others?
So the Carolinas, number one, like South Carolina.
Stop telling the secrets, man. Tell them someplace else.
That's for Bojangles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they bringing Bojangles to New York right now, and they offer me the opportunity to do it, and I think it's gonna do great. But I say, I'm not rich enough to do that. Like, I'm gonna let somebody else take the chance, see how it goes, and then do it. Because New York, the labor's real high, the rent is real high, but the volume is real high too. So me and Coach looked at it and say, you know what? we'll sit these first 5 out, let somebody else do it and see how it go. But they coming to New York, but like for
LA
Bojangles.
LA too, same way.
Yeah.
Why the Carolinas though?
I mean, Bojangles is just religion in the Carolinas.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I never really heard of the brand until my friends bought it and I really started digging into it. But like, they don't want to hear nothing but Bojangles. So it's like Bojangles is, I mean, you know, it's religion out there.
Yeah.
It's like Chick-fil-A in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
So I went to school. I'm from Indianapolis, man. I never even heard of Bojangles. When I got down to North Carolina, that was it. Well, no KFC.
Or Papa,
You know what I'm saying? And, I mean, literally, it was KFC. It was Churches, right? Popeyes, I don't even think was in Raleigh yet. You know what I'm saying? Popeyes wasn't even there, but it was Churches, KFC, right? I mean, literally right across the street from each other. Man, Bojangles line stayed. I'm talking about booked, for real.
Man, that Cajun chicken filet biscuit with some egg on it, man, and that with a bowberry biscuit and them big ass hash browns.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
No biscuits beat us, bro.
I don't think
It's
so.
the best biscuit in the game, for real.
I agree.
So yeah, it's the Carolinas. It's strong. Anywhere in the South, I think they got 1,000 locations altogether, and it's strongly in the South. They starting to move up this side now, and I'm gonna see how that go. But it's a really good brand. The food is good. I'm actually happy it's not in New York because I would eat it every day. You know what I'm saying?
For people who want a franchise, does it make sense to only own one franchise if you don't have enough capital to buy, several of them?
It do make sense if you are going to work and operate it yourself every day. Because we don't operate it. We the managing partners. You know what I'm saying? We got it, like I said, a CEO who's great, a CFO, and 1,000 other people under them. So that's why I got the ability to be in New York. Coach got the ability to be in Atlanta and run his shit. But it makes sense if you are going to run it. Because if the bank see you run it and you making money, they're going to extend money to you. And, well, a strong brand like a Bojangles, you may only have to put 30% down. You know what I'm saying? And if they see you growing and you know the business, it make a lot of sense.
So do you leave music at all now? Like, you say, F this music thing now? Too much of a headache and I'm just going to stay as a...
Nah, for me, I love music. I really, really do. But more than anything, like why I'm going into this streaming world is because I find so much. I was a youth once, you know what I'm saying? And I find so much, like, you learn so much from them, you know what I'm saying? So I want to stay part of that world where you keep learning, you know? So for me, this is how I really did Bojangles and real estate and a few different things, because my dream coming up was to be Dame Dash, Jay-Z, you know, those guys inspired me coming up. Coach K now. I never made it to where Coach K is in music, and I'm okay with that. But I was like, you know what? I am making really good money. Did a lot of deals, made some money. I need to diversify and make sure, even if I don't hit that success in music, which is my number one passion, I'm gonna have 32 Bojangles restaurants. You know what I'm saying? I'll still be able to feed my family. I still have a couple of buildings. I still... so like invest in Whoop and different things that I did. And that's why we did the podcast, because I was like, I met these two guys, Mike Novogratz and Dave Barry, who are very, very successful guys, and Coach knows them well. We all brothers, you know what I'm saying? Mike is worth a lot, Coach is worth a lot. I mean, Dave is worth a lot. But more than anything, that's been my college for the last highest education I had in a real way is 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I learned so much from them of like, if you focus on one thing and you want it and you make other money, put it into other things and almost forget about it. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of opportunities to invest in a lot of different things because of networking and meeting people and just being genuine. So like, I love music. It's my passion. I didn't get the success that Coach got. You know what I'm saying? So... but I wasn't going to chase that for the rest of my life.
What about you, Coach? You dealing with artists and attitudes?
I'm still in it, man. I mean, it's I had my, I wake up some days like, I hate this shit, but.
Two of your groups don't F with each other, and then they get back together, then they don't mess with each other.
But you know what, Envy? I'm a creative at heart, man. Like even building a business, I never did it for the money, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a creative, and I want to be the best. You know what I'm saying? So I was always chasing that, like trying to be the best. You know what I'm saying? So with that, you do good work, keep your head down, keep your face clean. You know, eventually, you know, the finances came. But even with that, man, I was like, shit, I got to start diversifying my portfolio in business too, you know? So, you know, when this opportunity came, I was like, hell yeah. And like he said, like Mike and Dave, his brother, he introduced me to them. I met them, and they some good guys that like just really gives us really good game. And, you know, and like being in school, you know, and a lot of opportunities have came from that. But yeah, I'm still in the music, man. Like I still love it, you know.
Who's on QC now?
You know, but so, before you say it, there's a lot of people who thought that y'all backed away after that $300 million.
Nah, man.
A lot of people thought y'all cashed out and was like, you know, we good.
Nah, hell no, we didn't. We actually doubling down, man. You know what the business shifted. Like I've been in this business 28 years now, in the music business. I done watched this shit shift so many times, and you know, about every 10 years, it's a real shift that happens. You know what I'm saying? And we just saw that. We're going through it right now, and you know, we got some new young talent that we developing that I'm super excited about. But to answer your question, who's still on QC? Lil Baby still on QC. Yachty still on QC. JT still on from the old, you know. JT still on QC. Quavo still on QC. Arce still on QC. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's still there and building. And then it's new. You know, we got new talent that we're developing. You know what I mean? So yeah,
I love Offset new album, man. But I just feel like it should be bigger. Like I really feel like I don't even know who's he signed to. QC and who?
Motown Capital.
Motown Capital. Somebody got to be doing.
But you know, there's still a weekend. It's only a week.
Man,
it feels like
no, but even that song with Jid, that's been out for a little second.
Yeah,
I feel like
you know,
folks don't be caring after.
I didn't realize it's only a week.
Yeah, me too.
Because people really starting to
to
talk about it a lot now.
But the label be lying. The label be like, it's not about the first week. Yes, it is. And y'all don't do nothing for the people artists after the first week.
But it feels like his album was out for a while because we've been talking about it so long. I mean, we're still in the first week of it.
It is about the first week, but we got to get off of that. Though.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing. Like these bodies of work is really good music on there, and we so mind fucked, you know what I'm saying, accustomed what the first week numbers look like. So if a first week number come out and it's low, then we forgot about it. Let's go to the next one, and that's really messed up because these projects really are good. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to leave that there.
You know, another problem too is, and I hate to say it, but I feel like music comes so fast, right?
Yeah, it's oversaturated right now.
I'm still on Clip's album and I'm still on Offset album.
Yeah,
I didn't really get a chance to dive into Jid album yet.
You
know what I'm saying? I didn't get a chance to dive into some of these albums.
It's crazy.
Oh wow, you know, I gotta listen. Somebody told me
it's difficult.
Right.
You know, it's just a lot of music out there, a lot of music to consume.
Yeah, I remember like one week it was like. It was like so many albums came. It was like Clips and then Raekwon and then
Ghostface and this one.
I was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? But I was happy because I'm a purist,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So when the Clips and the Raekwons and then I looked at Burna Boy drop, you know what I'm saying? Fucking Justin Bieber dropped it. I never listened to a Justin Bieber album. This album's incredible. You know what I'm saying? Like all these records, and I was just like, I was kind of overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? The same way, you know. But I think it's just, man, a lot. You know, shit. What they say, 250,000 records come a day. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
I want to ask both of y'all something. Like, how important is regional identity when you're developing a global star?
It's really important.
I think super important.
That's the most important thing, and I think streaming messed that up. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, you own where you from. You know, and you become that. You know, like. Different slangs come from different places, and that's what makes shit so great. But when the streaming happened, it was just you hit the button, it was everywhere. So you felt like you didn't have to like own your area. You know what I'm saying? And I think we got to get back to that. You know what I'm saying? That this West Coast, because it was a West Coast and it was a South Coast, it was a South, and the East Coast was the East, and everybody had their own identity. And now it's just kind of like you can't even tell no more. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of like messed things up. But I think we're gonna get back to it.
How? Everything's so blended.
It's gonna be hard, you know. I
don't know. See, West Coast, yeah, they got their own. Like they stay by their sound. They they dance their way. Their sound, but like, there's no New York sound anymore. There's like before there was a boom bap. You knew what New York was. Now it's like you hear artists ever like, where's he from?
That's a fact.
You don't feel like Sexy Drill is the New York sound right now?
It is, but it's like, how big is it getting? You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you you know, it's I don't know how big it could go. Hopefully somebody, but it's, and for music, for me too, one of the main reasons that I really love this whole streaming culture is that they really, I don't know if I could say this, but I keep saying it. They really like little niggas from the street. You know what I'm saying? I'm really like a guy from the street. Like I everything you could think of I went through. You know what I'm saying? I've been shot. I've been through a lot of stuff, and like that was one of the things for me with music I was just getting burnt out of. You know what I mean? Artists I done came through that got murdered. Like King Von and them, I didn't really even know them. I knew his manager. I was in the studio with them trying to sign him the night before all of that happened.
Wow.
And then the next day, 4 of the guys or 3 of the guys I met in the studio got murdered. So I just was like, you know, coming up and trying to like do something different and keep running into like this violence in music. And like for music, you gotta be tough. It was a rapper in here, he gotta be here with 7 niggas and they gotta be tough, even if it ain't nothing to be tough about. So for me, watching this streaming culture and watching these content creators who talk the same, who just as cool, but they'll tell you straight up, bro, we not into that violent shit. For me, that just feel good to be a part of, and I hope it lasts. And that's the drill music. Like, you know, I love New York, but the drill music, like, you gotta be or act violent, really or you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be dark for it to work.
Yeah.
So it's like, that was another thing that for me, I strayed away, because it was just like, damn, I'm almost 40. I'm like, I'm kind of cool on that. And I don't want the kids to be on that no more.
We a little hard on the drill artists, though. We grew up on trap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Yeah. We grew up on crunk. Like, the New York music was super gangster and violent. Like, we a little bit hard on drill artists. Like that wasn't our era, too.
No, it was.
It was, but it's just so
But what
blatant,
I'm saying is,
I'm going to come out, shoot and kill him, too. It's like.
We just older now.
Yeah, but no, and this is the thing, right? I support anybody who's trying to make it. I'm just saying, if I see a way where I could get kids to like understand they can make it without doing that, I want to support I want to put myself more behind that, because I know what it feels like to be shot in the face. I know what it feels like to go through all that. My cousin, shout out to my cousin, he just died 3 weeks ago. He got murdered. So it's like, I got over 300 friends that's been murdered throughout my life. So it's just like, yeah, I supported it, and it's part of our DNA, because we grew up like almost like real glorifying violence.
Absolutely.
So if I see a way that I'm like, you know what, these kids ain't really doing that, let me get behind that and see if I could kind of guide them in some way, shape, or form.
And I think that's the main thing. It's a matter of, and you know, you felt like people lived that life, right?
Yeah.
And nowadays, I was watching some interview, and the kid was like, "Nah, I just make it up.
Yeah.
I never shot a gun. I just make it up. It sells."
Most of them make it up, bro. Like, come on, man. It's just like when trap music. We came, like you said, we came up on trap music. Come on, let's be clear. I used to preach this all the time. An artist come to me, I'm like, bro, this is not real. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, like for real. I remember this one, I ain't even gonna say no name, but we in the studio, it was when we first started QC. They was, I read off on the plug, this to that to that. You know what I'm saying? And he said something, and I said, bro, how many grams is in a kilo? Right? He was just looking. I said, why are you talking about this?
That's real.
He went and rewrote his song now.
That's hilarious.
No, but it's just, you know what I mean? Like,
but that was different compared to what's happening right now with the drill shit. And again, I support, you got to make your living. You know what I'm saying? You got to get your moms out the projects. You got whatever it is. But now they don't live it, right? But when they make it, the music, and they get so good at it, what's the next thing? I really gotta live that shit. I gotta
fake it, yeah.
I really gotta shoot somebody, or I really gotta get that nigga shot.
I remember you had the artist who was at the video shoot, one of the little guys that I think you assigned, and he was like, yo, this kid is, and I was like, not this kid. I'm looking at him, I'm like, yo, he's a wild one. You know what I'm saying? And then like a couple weeks later, I'm looking on the blogs, he just got picked up, did it. I was like, what the hell?
This kid I had from Arkansas, he in jail for 20 years.
Damn.
His friend who he came here, I signed him where he got double life plus 37 years. I'm like, why would you even give somebody that much time? Double life plus 37 years?
Yeah, I hate when judges do that. Just
it's
say forever, man.
Just say forever.
Yeah.
You just mentally trying to like mess with me. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's still a big thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I ain't removed from the streets completely, but if I could help I'm removed from the streets and get money ways, but I'm talking about like, you know, my people, if I can help them like see a different way where it's like we don't gotta like, you know what I'm saying, glorify the violence. I'm all for that.
I want to ask y'all the same question about franchising. How important is regional identity when it comes to franchising? Because, you know, Bojangles coming to New York, Chick-fil-A in New York, it don't hit the same for me coming from the South.
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A did.
Chick-fil-A did.
Y'all not used to it. I was excited at first.
I can't imagine Bojangles in New York.
That's what I'm saying. When I fly home, there's certain things.
You from New York?
No, I'm from Delaware, but I got a lot of family.
That's why.
I have a lot of family from down south, and I only know of Bojangles from when I'm down south. Like I know literally when you're driving, when you hit certain areas, because you see Bojangles.
Right
and you look forward to
it. But
when
like
you go to LA, you look forward to In-N-Out. If I'm in Florida, I look forward to the liquor.
But if In-N-Out came here, it'd be a line for 20 days.
Absolutely.
And Chick-fil-A.
Still a line at Chick-fil-A. Any Chick-fil-A you go to, still a line.
Chick-fil-A, I know all this stuff because I'm in it, right? Chick-fil-A average unit volumes is 7 million. That's the average and worst they do. Our average unit volumes is 2.9 million. We got one store that's doing 5 million, which is amazing, right? Chick-fil-A average store does 7 million.
It's crazy.
In New York City, the average Chick-fil-A does $12 million.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so somebody liked it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I still like having a regional identity with some of these franchises.
I think they still do have regional identity.
They definitely do.
I think that's a Chick-fil-A come here. The people that's lit, you know, because let's be clear, most people from New York lineage is from the South.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So they used to coming back and forth. Grandmama, auntie, this or that. You know. So, you know, when it came, it's like, whoa, this is here now. So let's flood it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you're not used to getting it. You know?
And once it's good, once it's good, you know. And your point you were saying earlier about how cheap fast food used to be, great point. What we did with our company, we created a $5 box.
We had a $5 box.
Outside of corporate, so they can't really tell you what to do with your pricing. And that $5 box, our company is now comping 12% higher than corporate. And every other franchise.
Because you could afford it. At Wendy's.
You know what I'm saying? So now everybody's running to our stores for the $5 box. And
My kids
we
went
do
to
that at
Popeyes
Crystal.
the other day.
We do
It was
we do a
$14.
$4.99 Crystal meal deal.
My kids went to Popeyes the other day. It was $14.
Damn.
This was just for strips, fries, and a juice. And I could not believe it. I said, nah, we're going to go home and cook. I was like, I'll take the time to cook. I could not give Popeyes, salute to Popeyes, $14. And you know I got 6 kids.
You left Popeyes.
I
Like they
left
had
Popeyes.
ordered their
So
own.
now, what'd you cook,
God.
Em? What'd you cook?
I cook burgers.
How much you think the burgers ran you?
So I said I go to BJ's, run a big box of burgers. It cost me $22 for the big Angus burgers, and put them on the thing, put the little fries in the thing, and it was good. After 20 minutes, they had their meals. You know, but I'm a pappy that cooks though, so you know.
Yeah.
If this don't work out, Bojangles at room.
But y'all right about that $5 price point, man. That shit changes a lot. Like we got a $4.99 meal deal for I think it's 2 Crystal burgers, a small fry, and a drink. Then we got a breakfast meal deal for $5.
Yeah, bro, you can't get food for $5 nowhere.
That's right. That's right.
So when you could and it's good, you know, people are running. I'm like, this is crazy. We're 12 comping 12% higher. And I'm sure you've seen since you did that, it just went crazy. Because let's be real, times is real rough right now.
Beef patty $4.
Right.
It used to be
Beef
$1.
patty $4?
$4.
Oh my God, I didn't
$3.50.
know that.
That's crazy.
See, where you getting your beef patty from though?
Bodega. Really Bodega.
Oh.
We go to Bodega.
I thought you said Bojangles. Like, damn, Bojangles got beef patties. When that happened?
Bodega.
We might in Flatbush. That's the first one coming in Flatbush.
I wanted to ask, you know, back to music. I know you still deal with Yachty. What were your thoughts when I feel like everybody was attacking Yachty? And I feel like when sometimes we do things wrong as a community, instead of having a conversation, we attack and we like to cancel. And obviously he had a conversation and went back and apologized. So what was your thought when you heard Yachty's line, and did you call him?
Actually, I hadn't even talked to him until I seen, because he's in Australia on tour with you know. So, and I was just in Southeast Asia, so we missed each other until him and Steven had a conversation. You know what I'm saying? But like when I heard it, I was like, you know, me and Steven, we really good, we real cool. You know, I was like, I'm gonna put them together. But it happened naturally because Yachty, you know, if he makes a mistake, you know what I'm saying, the kid is he's just a really good person, and he's free. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, a lot of they just don't be thinking. You know, so he's just going, writing, the line come out, and then he gets to the backlash, you know, he's smart. He's like, I'm gonna hit Steven. So he hit him personally. You know what I'm saying? They talked personally, which everything was cool. You know, he bossed up, did what he needed to do, talked to him like a man. They did that, and now it's gone. You know. But I mean, a lot of times I think, you know, these artists, they have free will, man. And sometimes in the end, they just writing and thinking and not thinking about, you know, everything else. You know what I'm saying? They can come with it. But
and I don't think he was attacked. It's just people use it as a moment to teach.
Yeah,
no,
people
for sure.
were just upset.
Yeah.
They were upset.
Yeah.
I watched the documentary you guys did with JT when she first came home, and it showed how, like, also too with Lil Baby's documentary. You guys are almost it's such a family, or felt like such a family at QC.
It's still a family.
So it is still.
It's family oriented, man. That's how we run our business, you know.
Because I'm just wondering now, like, how the dynamic works because it's just JT, and are you guys still? I do still see like Young Miami talking about you guys sometimes too.
No.
But...
We still our relationship, like, we still have a great relationship. See Miami, we text each other. Everything is still cool. It's just at the time where she wanted to go with her career, just things didn't match her work, you know. So it was like, hey, I'm not gonna never hold nobody back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do, you free, you know, free will, you can go, you know, and explore any option you want to do. It's still love too. Did it break your hearts though? Because I think we were all waiting for them to have that big major run together. It didn't break my heart because I've been in the game a long time, and I know people grow apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just be real. Like, that's why I think a lot of, if you look in the business, we were the only ones out there with groups. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was scared of groups. I used to get, man, you crazy, you don't do a group. But I think that was our sweet spot. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't break my heart just because, you know, hip hop raised me, and I watched and studied, you know, music. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, eventually people are gonna grow apart. You know what I'm saying? And we worked hard at it, you know, and who knows, one day it may happen again, you know what I'm saying? But, like, yeah, people just grow apart. How did the untimely passing of Takeoff impact you? It impacted me to this day still. You know what I'm saying? Like, Takeoff was probably one of the nicest, humble, like, any artist I ever worked with. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was God's child, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. And that moment, man, I'm still messed up behind that moment, man. It's even hard to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Just because, you know, yeah, it's a hard one, bro. Absolutely. Yeah. Does it feel safer? Well, you know, we got him up there too. It's funny you say God's child, because we got him up, but he got the halo over his head. Oh, wow. That's dope. Yeah. But it's a fire room, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. Does it feel safer to invest in franchises over people? Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, man. I mean, in a way, you still invested in people, right? Because, like I said, we went down because we didn't have the right people. Right. And we got the right people, and those people, like, made the business work much better. So, like, but overall, absolutely. And it's crazy, like Larry Monroe, a good friend of mine and yours, he told me you got these QSR restaurants, and I was like, that's dope, because, like, as a people, like, we need to understand how, like, it's a lot of money in it. You know what I'm saying? And we just don't know. Like, it's 32 restaurants. That makes us the #1 black QSR franchise owners, which is quick service restaurant. But look at this. I got a friend, one of my really, really close friends, who also helped me. Won't say his name, but they got 700 and something Popeyes and Burger Kings. They not even in the top 6. Wow. So look at that, right? Wow. Being black is a huge accomplishment, and I'm so thankful to be part of it. But 32 puts us at #1. 700 don't put him at number 5, 6. Yeah. So it's just like so many of these businesses that, one, it's hard for us to get into, because I wouldn't have got in if I didn't have those mentors. I wouldn't even think about it. Coach wouldn't have got in if it wasn't for me. So it's just like, when I hear you was doing it, I'm like, damn, that's dope. You got some good guidance, or you just really map it out. And it's like, that's something that could last forever for your kids. These people, I'm talking about, got 600, they had it for 3 generations already. So it's just like, for us, it is better to invest in something like that than people, but you invest in the right people, like Lil Baby, this, that, you know, Yachty, and Coach hit it 4 or 5 times. I don't even think Rockefeller hit it as much as QC did it. Like, nobody really did it like them. So it's just like, but how many shots you took? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to answer that question, I think it is more safer to invest in QSR, especially something that's established already, because you could get behind something that's not established and it blow up or it don't. And more times than less, it don't blow up, because being an entrepreneur in business is really hard. Like, y'all know that.
I think both.
Okay.
You know, because I mean, like I said, my 28 years of my career existence in music has been investing in people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just learning now, you know, the other business. You know what I mean? Like, for real. I got to saying, I always say, like, damn, you know, being in the business so long and investing in people, I'm like, bro, I got to give me something that don't talk back. You know what I'm saying? No, just being for real, you know? So that's when I start diversifying and looking at investments in different things, you know what I'm saying? Because I was so lasered in, like, locked in with music, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm a creative, so it's like I never even looked outside of that until like a couple years ago. Like, you know, let me start, you know, as I'm getting older, you know, I probably won't be able to do this forever. You know what I'm saying? It's being real. So let me just start, you know, looking at my options. You know what I mean?
Was there like a something that happened that made you think about that,
No,
or
I
it was
mean,
literally just you reflecting on
53 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna do music and chase artists and do, you know, forever. You know what I'm saying? So and you know, I have children, I have a family. You know, I came up in poverty. You know, so I want to change the way that looks for my children and my grandchildren. You know, so let me start diversifying.
A lot of the artists you've worked with too, there's always like an entrepreneurial spirit
Most
about them,
definitely.
and y'all empower them to do that
No,
too.
I mean, I'm telling you, developing an artist, you turn them into a brand. You know what I'm saying? And me being a manager for so long, you know, I only ate off the ancillary. I never ate off the product. I ate off the ancillary, and the ancillary is all the business that's built around the artist. So when you build an artist, it's like, okay, as soon as I sign an artist, I'm like, yo, so how big do you want to go? You know, I said, my goal is to turn you into a brand. Are you ready for that? You know, once I turn you into a brand, and everything you touch, all the ancillary that you think, you know, you like this, you like that, let's turn that into a business where you control and you own, you know, so.
I like having y'all up here, man, and having this conversation, because when people see y'all, it's inspiring. Like, there's so many people that look like us that don't even know things like this are possible. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like franchising. Like it's something I always wanted to do, thinking about like what E-Class was doing in Florida, for sure. You know, and
how did you get into
Don Poole?
Yep,
Don Poole,
He
yeah.
tired of getting ran up on. He got to diversify.
No, I got it. I was watching people like Rick Ross, but I got into it because of 2 Chainz. Because, you know, 2 Chainz became the head of creative marketing for Crystal.
Yep.
Oh,
and then I saw Lil Duval. Lil Duval was down at Duval Day with all the Crystal burgers. I'm like, damn, I ain't see Crystal in a minute. I just asked him, where you get that from? And that's when he told me about 2 Chainz. And I'm like, oh, 2 Chainz had a creative marketing. So I hit up Chainz and Tech. I'm like, yo, man, I want to talk about just seeing what's up with Crystal. And they plugged me right in.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they plugged me right in, and it just made sense. My team was like, yo, let's do it.
You know, and what we do for brands as a culture, like, it's crazy.
Right.
Like, even Rick Ross, I don't know Rick Ross, but, like, you know, Wingstop, when Rick Ross got Wingstop was trading at, like, 3 times the multiple. So that means if the EBITDA is $2 million, the most you could sell it for is $6 million. I don't know if it's Rick Ross, but between that time and now, Wingstop is trading at 9 times.
That's crazy.
You got to give Ross a lot of credit for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I wasn't even thinking about Wingstop before Ross.
Nobody was thinking about it. So it's like, again, between him, you know, it's at 9 times now. That's insane. So it's like we add a lot of value to shit that we don't own a lot of times.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't own Bojangles, but I'm gonna own these restaurants.
That's right.
And I'm gonna help build it up. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just like taking some money to help promote them.
That's right.
So it's like, you know, again, I want to preach to these kids, like, you got to own something. You gotta own something. And congrats on the Crystals, man.
Thank you, brother.
That's big.
Same to y'all,
You know
man.
what I'm
It's inspiring just hearing y'all talk. 28 currently operating, 32 coming.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible.
2 opening next week.
man.
One on the campus of UGA.
Oof.
Beer and wine, too.
That's the beer and wine one.
Wow.
And the first one downtown Florence.
Wow.
You know, so yeah, we're excited about that.
Where you from? Are you close to Florence?
Well, I was born in Charleston, but I was raised in Moncks Corner. So
Okay.
Moncks Corner is like 30 minutes from Charleston.
Okay, so you on that side.
Yeah. Yep. Low country.
Yeah.
Thank you, brothers, for joining us.
Man, appreciate
Thank you guys for having us.
Keep encouraging, keep pushing. Yeah. I got one last question. I know, Coach, I know you on the road all the time. I know you probably never home. I see you on the road. When you gonna sell me that E30 M3 convertible that you have? Yeah. Coach has a car I've been trying to buy for the longest time. He don't want to sell it to me. Why don't you sell me that car?
He should have bought it. He was supposed to. It was his car.
It was.
You know, and then
I was being cheap.
My business partner, I remember it was 2018, and we just renegotiated, and it was my birthday, and he was like, I was on the computer looking at the car, and my assistant at the time, he was like, hey, what was that car Coach was looking at? Because I always just be on the computer. And she went in my thing and gave it to him, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, man, pull up to the studio. I pulled up to the studio, and they backed that thing. I was like,
wow.
Backed it off the damn trailer. I was like, but
I should have bought it.
When I got it, and he's like, man, you know, that was my car. I was supposed to, because the car said New York, said New Jersey.
Came out Long Island, I think.
Long Island.
Came out Long Island. Yep.
You know, it's crazy. I just got over cars. I sold him my Rolls Royce. Always told me I got a good deal. Yes, I did.
Never been into it. I'd rather buy a crystal.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
I just love
That's where my mind at now. And living in New York, I had 3 cars and I was taking Ubers everywhere.
But the cars we buying is a little different. They go up in value.
They're appreciative assets.
The cars we buying.
Because I used to be on you.
Hey,
bro,
listen.
You driving around Brooklyn in this Bentley, ice blue Bentley. Then you got a Cullinan. I'm like, what are you doing? You can't even drive in New York. Like, it's for real. Like, and we got 1,000 cars though.
Vintage.
I got to do this. I don't know if y'all allowed
it's a Grace collection.
Allow me to give a shout out, but
go ahead, brother.
I gotta shout out my daughter Milan and a Hampton University crew that's listening.
HU, that's right, the real HU.
The real HU. You know,
what year is she?
She's a junior right now.
How she like it?
She love it. Mm-hmm. It's she chose. I wanted her to go to Howard, but she
made the right choice.
She made the right choice.
As long as she had an HBCU, she good.
Shout out to my little sister. You know, Mike Novo, Ben Black, Steven Manicharian, Rhonda Omar, and all the people that really helped me. You know, it's a lot more, but just want to shout them out. They really play a big role in my life.
All right. Well, Coach K, Mel Carter.
Yes, indeed.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hold up. Every day I wake up, wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?